Hey boys and girls, welcome back again. We're looking at the Tesla Model 3, the 21. And today what we're going to do is we're going to have a look a little bit at what's been happening with the body in white. So let's just first off tell you that we've already removed the fasteners that secure the wheel inner. So I'm just going to leave these things right here for now. And I'm going to take the wheel inner out. Without the fasteners, it's not tough. And no Megacasting. What the? Why? Why no Megacasting? What? Why would I want to keep that? Never mind. Let's get into it. So let's go over here and show you what what the old Model 3 was. So if you look down here, we didn't show too much of the Model 3 on our own videos. But if you look, you can see all the different panels, all of the different bits and pieces that there are stuck inside of here. And then there are smaller pieces on the other side. It's just not good. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that, to ask the question, why isn't that just one part? And I don't know who designed this, but I can't say enough bad about them. This may be one of the reasons that they've got problems making the driver's side and the passenger side gaps work. The more bits and pieces you got, the more complexity you've got, the more opportunity you've got for failure, the more opportunity you've got for creep. Like these things do squirm when you weld them. But we did find some good things. So let's look over here. When we look inside this thing, basically I look for good engineering. And here we see that there's 17 welds on that plate. But at least it's 17 versus, I'll show you on the old Model 3, which had 26. So this is where we were just looking. And this is where you find the 26 spot welds. And you can see that looks like somebody just decided, hey, let the robot weld until it gets tired. And that's not the right way to do things. Some of you gave me some razzle-dazzle about, well, Sandy doesn't know, it's just extra safe. And no, it isn't. It's just dollars down the drain. It's wasting time and money. And actually, the more welds you put in, the more opportunity you've got for getting a warping and whatnot. So the one other good thing was they removed one bolt. So we're looking here at 9 welds and 1 bolt for sure. And I'm only showing you a small area. We notice for sure that there's a lot less welds in here, and that's good from a profitability standpoint and a quality standpoint. So let's go over and I have to do this. This is just so nice. Look at this one great big gigantic casting. Man, this is the kind of thing that makes engineers get all excited. It's almost as good as, this is really, really what I'd like to see, and I don't know why they didn't do this. I mean, think about it. They now have the single casting for the Model Y. Why don't they just fire this baby up, change the tooling a little bit, okay, so whack the end. All you really have to do to make this shorter, you don't cut it or machine it. All you do is just block that off. You take that section and you fill it in. And that block off could allow for having that casting in the Model 3. Now, there's a lot of other reasons. Maybe they're not doing it. I can't think of a single one, but normally what happens is somebody doesn't want to spend money on new tooling. They want to say, oh no, we've got to keep this stuff. Oh, this is the boat anchor that's holding everybody else back. Tesla needs to not listen to some financial bonehead. The hidden factory costs associated with going with all kinds of little bits and steel, that doesn't come into play because it's hard for anybody to try and figure out how much does all that stuff cost. It's not just what you see, It's what it affects later on. This is a fixture that'll give you a perfect body build. The closer you can get to a single part, the better off you're going to be. Okay, so I've ranted enough. Let's go and find out what else is going on. So let's start by coming over here and looking at the old Model 3. I could not believe my eyes when I saw these sinusoidal laser welds. Why? I couldn't believe it. And I also want to know what's going on with the self-piercing rivets that were in the trunk here. So these are the self-piercing rivets. These are the self-piercing rivets that I threw up on last time. Let's see what happens. I'm hoping that there's a sharp decline in the number of rivets that are in here. But for that, we're going to have to lower the car. So. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening here in the passenger side anyway, and let's compare what kind of welding we've got. So let's just pull everything we need to out here so you can see what's going on. So first off, no sinusoidal welds, no laser welds. Good idea. Cutting it down to just spot welds, you get the job done faster and they're more consistent. Laser welding has lots of good applications, but that is not one of them. So that's that. Let's have a look over here at the trunk. So, as some of you probably already spotted, they did not change that trunk. I was really, really excited and happy when I saw that they had removed the aluminum box. In the Model Y, they put in the plastic tub, which I think is perfect. But they didn't choose to do that. Maybe there's a crashworthiness issue. Maybe they didn't want to buy another tool. But as you can see in here, you've got 1, 2, 3 major pieces of aluminum and then a bunch of hanger-oners. The good news is that we're looking here at the self-piercing rivets. They still go up and down, which I don't know. We didn't have to do that at Land Rover. I don't know why they had to do it here, but at least there's only half of them in there. I guess that's about as good as I can say. I truly was, I was very excited to buy this car, and I was really, really hoping that Tesla was going to really knock it out of the park. But so far, okay, there's some nice things that they've done to make it more of an engineered body, but all in all, I was hoping for better. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep tipping those cashiers and be safe out there. Wear a mask. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye, boys and girls.